What's good, family? It's your boy Just Blaze, host of the best NBA pod in the game, Above the Rim. Keep it locked each week and join myself and a special guest as we tackle the latest rumblings in the league. If it's happening in the NBA, you know I got you covered. Make sure you subscribe on all platforms and leave that 5-star review. Let's get it.
Kawhi, tell me that you'll be a Laker. Kawhi, come back to LA. They said, Kawhi, tell me that you'll be a Laker. Kawhi, come back to LA. Don't do Drake that way. Kawhi, you should sign back with them Lakers. I ain't got shit to do but talk shit to you. Let's go, Lakers. Shit.
Talk about it!
You are now tuned in to Above the Rim.
Family, welcome to another edition of Above the Rim, the best NBA pod in the game, brought to you as always. It's your host, Justin, aka Just Blaze. Family, thank you for listening. Thank you for subscribing each and every week, keeping it locked in each and every episode. Joining me this week, calling in from my home away from home, as I like to call it, California, one half of the Brothers Layman Sports Happy Hour podcast. He's been on here a few times, so you're not really a guest anymore. You're a friend of the show now, if you're gonna call my man CL. So welcome back, my brother, Chris Layman, aka CL, as we like to call him. What's good, my brother?
I'm good, man. Everything's good, man. I appreciate you having me on.
Of course, man. It's always a pleasure, man. It's always a pleasure you joining me, man. Appreciate you joining me again, man.
Of course, man. Ready to get it in.
Of course. Family, to get in contact with your boy, you can always hit me up. Follow me on Twitter at JustBlaze_513. That's JUSBLAZE_513. On IG is JustBlaze513. On Facebook, search Above the Rim Podcast. Email the show as well, Above the Rim NBA Podcast @gmail.com. Call up the Talk About It line. You already know. Give some feedback.
Talk about it.
908-718-1592. Send that hate mail. Send that good mail. And CL, where can the family find you, my brother?
You know, it's find me and my brother JL on Twitter at Brothers Layman.
Yes. And make sure you go check out that Brothers Layman Sports Happy Hour too, man. Y'all been slacking on the pimping lately. See, what's going on, man? It's been y'all drop an episode here and there once a year. We get a Brothers Layman Sports Happy Hour. What's up, man?
Hey, man, we've been trying to do a little better. We try to keep it at least once a month.
Okay.
Whatnot. But yeah, we got something coming soon.
Okay, come on, man. The streets missing y'all, man.
Hey, man, we missed the streets, man.
That's what I like to hear. So let's get it started, man. We got to start with the copping or dropping. I'm throwing out some NBA opinions, some hot takes. CL, if you agree, you're copping. If you disagree, you're dropping, as always. So let's get to it, man. I got to start off.
All right.
Triple B's is relaunching. Back on the market. Don't call it a comeback, CL. The big ball away. My man LeVar Ball is back in the news. Big Baller brand is relaunching. They announced, I believe it was a couple days ago. They announced the relaunch with 48 new items. 48
Wow.
new items on the market. LeVar is back with the ZO2s. I don't know if it's ZO2. I don't know if it's a ZO3, ZO8, whatever ZO he's on right now. But what's most important, those shits are priced under $200, CL.
Oh, no, okay.
$179 to be exact, and I couldn't believe it. I actually went on the site. I had to check it out because I said, no way. I read the article. I'm like, nah, LeVar's coming back to his senses? No Gucci prices? So you went on and got these joints at $179, but it looks like Zoe isn't the face of the brand anymore. It's not even Mellow. It's Jello, middle son. With LeVar.
Wow.
Yeah, Jello. If you go on the site, it's Jello and it's LeVar as the two faces of the brand. And so copping or dropping, LeVar Ball is finna change the game with this relaunch. And the world ain't ready, CL. Copping or dropping. How you feeling about the Triple B's relaunch. Is he finna change the game or what?
So first off, let me say I love this segment.
Okay.
When you drop this, I'm a big fan of Common to dropping.
Appreciate it, bro.
But this one, man, I'm dropping this because look, the face of the brand has been and always will be LeVar Ball. He been the face of the brand. I thought this was coming out because, you know, the youngest is, you know, soon to be, you know, in the mix for this draft.
He's
you know, I
projected to
think
be a top 3 pick.
Yeah, I'm saying. And then, I guess, LeAngelo, I mean, he don't, what's he doing? So I guess he got time.
Damn, come on, see it. That was disrespectful.
I mean,
no, but you know what's crazy? I don't know if you heard. Did you see him? He's working out for the OKC Thunder, their G League. Did you see that?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah, he's on the practice team. The G League squad. G League, is it G League or D League? It's G League, right?
It's G League, yeah.
The G League squad, the Oklahoma City Blue or something like that. He was on the practice squad. I was like, okay. But yeah, carry on, Sia.
Yeah, no, all jokes aside, I mean, I'm happy the kid is still trying to pursue his dream of playing ball. So, you know, if this is a way he can get in the league, you know, and you know, get his skills shown and improve, you know, more power to him. But I mean, he's gonna try this. I mean, change the game. No, I think he kind of gave a blueprint, you know, with him coming out with this, but I mean, clearly he was lacking on the business side of it and not really knowing, you know, who to trust and not really knowing his boy, I guess, as well as he should have.
Yeah, 1.5 milli.
Yeah, I mean, if this was more about the brand itself, I could see that, but as far as changing the game, nah, I'm dropping that.
See, you know what's crazy? I'm gonna agree. You know what? I'm gonna agree with you. I was actually about to cop it for a minute.
I know.
Like I was really about to, but then I thought about it. Changing the game, I don't know, because I feel like he lost his chance to change the game. When he was hot, when LeVar was hot. Now I feel like if he tries to pull the same stunts that he was pulling, not necessarily that they were stunts, but some of it was a little entertainment. I mean, we know he put a lot of entertainment value whenever he made an appearance, but it worked a little bit more back then. Now I don't feel like his comments will have the same sting now to have the kind of buzz that he would need in order to change the game, basically, with those ZO2s. And I'm gonna drop it. Yeah, so I agree with you, Sia. I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah, the way it would work for him is if, I mean, to me, he's always like I always think of him as like a manager for WWE. He's like that type.
He's gonna do a lot of talk. Kind of be looking at him like, yeah.
But with Zoe basically, you know, saying the shoes was blowing up and you know, possibly a reason for some of his ankle issues. I would like to see less of LeVar and more of the product. If the product is good, if the shoe is good, there's no issues with the shoe, you can play in the shoe, you know, and the designs is popping and people buy it because of that and not him. Okay, then it might have, you know, have some legs. But if it's him just, you know, talking and like, look what all this is doing. Like, yeah, okay.
With the new waters and all that.
You're right. Like, you ain't got to do all that. Yeah. Just put out some good product and let the product speak for itself. If you have to do all the talking, it starts going, okay, maybe the product not that great.
Yeah, he's selling it hard. I mean, Jesus. I mean, yeah, you're right. So it's gonna be interesting, man, because I did go on the site. They got a couple of teas. Like I said, 48 new items I saw up there.
Crazy.
That's crazy. The teas are moderately priced. They're like around 50, I believe. Remember they had those. They had them fake Gucci slides, those Triple B slides for $200.
Oh, that was crazy.
That was crazy. I don't even see those on there anymore. So thank God he took those off. I don't even see those. So it is about 6 pairs of sneakers. They're all at $179. And it's those Zo2s up there. They're decent. I mean, I don't know if I'm hooping in those, to be honest. But so I would say this before we move on. Do you think there will ever be an athlete, an NBA player other than one of the Ball brothers to sign a deal and start wearing Triple B's in the game?
I would say it's possible.
Yeah.
But that would probably have to be maybe I'd say 3-4 years down the line.
Do you think it would happen though? Yes or no?
Like, I don't think like a star would do. I think he could get a guy who's in the league to do it.
Okay.
You know, but I don't think you talking about on the lines of something
Why
like.
you being nice right now? See, I feel like you're trying to be nice.
If you're talking about like how Kawhi did with New Balance, yeah, nah, that's not happening.
Okay.
No, you're not like that. But I think if, like I said, if he puts the money in the product. People, and especially if Zoe kind of like,
sometimes it takes one,
right? You may get a guy,
maybe one of Zoe's boys. Never know.
right. But yeah, he's got a long way to go.
Oh man, we gonna see, man. You know I'm always a big Triple B supporter over here in Above the Rim, so we gonna see, man. Because I'm gonna be monitoring that, and it'll be interesting. Yeah, well, I'm not copping. I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that I'm not copping those, but we'll see. Moving on, Kyrie Irving, we gotta talk about, man. Very disappointed with this guy this season. Of course, the world knows now he's out for the rest of the season with arthroscopic shoulder surgery. He's played a damn measly ass 20 games for my hometown Brooklyn Nets this season. Very disappointed to me. Downright disgusting, if you ask me, that he played 20 games this season and now he's shut down for the rest of the season. And I looked up some numbers for Kyrie. Once the season ends, he'll miss 194 regular season games total. 194. And remember, dating back to college in that 1 year at Duke, he missed 26 out of the 37 games at Duke. Only played 11 games there.
Yep.
So this is a trend for Kyrie. I hope a lot of people are not acting like this is something new. Kyrie Irving has always been missing games, and I believe he only played one full healthy season in his career. So that's something to look at. But when he played, damn sure put up some sexy numbers. We know Kyrie's gonna score. That's nothing to the imagination. 27, 5, and 6 he gave you. But when he did play, when he didn't play, Nets were 18 and 17. One game over 500. When he did play, the Nets were a shitty 8 and 12. CL 8 and 12. CL with him on the court, which to me doesn't bode well for him. I mean, he's a great talent, phenomenal talent. It could be a direct correlation with his play style meshing with a team unit. I don't know what it is. Who knows? But they weren't winning games, and they damn sure were not a juggernaut team. They weren't supposed to be a juggernaut, but they weren't a good enough of a team to even be over 500 and in the thick of it in the playoff race. So this summer I was pretty adamant about the Nets going after Kemba Walker this summer, because Kemba's my guy instead of Kyrie, but they wanted the KD package deal, so I can't blame him, whatever. So copping or dropping, CL, the Brooklyn Nets would have been better off with my man Kemba Walker over Kyrie this summer. Copping or dropping that take?
If it's just that easy,
I'm
copping that. I'm copping that one, because his style of play is a challenge. Now, I do think skill-wise, who's the better player? Kyrie is.
Yeah,
but
you think so?
I think if you putting it just pound for pound, he's better.
Like on the offensive side?
Not like exponentially better, but I think he is a better player.
Okay.
But
fair.
when you talking about the intangible stuff, when you throw that on top, then yeah, I want Kemba. You see what he's doing with Boston. I personally think maybe, I don't know if they really wanted him, but I knew they were going after KD, and it's like, okay, well, you want KD, then Kyrie coming.
It was a package deal.
Yeah,
and
you're
DeAndre
like,
too.
Yeah.
He got 30 million, so it's DeAndre too.
I didn't get that. The problem is though, like, okay, we knew Kevin Durant was going to be out, and this was Kyrie's time to prove himself. You know, he didn't have the greatest season last year, being hurt and all the stuff going on with Boston. You're like, okay, let's see if he's on a new team. Let's see what he can do. Last year, that team played tough all the time.
Yeah.
They were one of like the 3-4 teams that were like every night they was playing hard.
You knew it too. They were definitely going to play hard.
Yeah. And it feels like that didn't carry over this season. And it is with him. He was putting up awesome numbers when the season started. But yeah, they weren't winning. And then all of a sudden he gets hurt. Dimwitty gets in, all of a sudden it feels like they playing a little better.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead.
Yeah, and if I could say anything else, he damn sure knows how to look good in a loss. I tell you that. He damn sure knows how to put up a nice 50 and look real good in a loss for Kyrie Irving. And that sometimes is my issue with him. He'll get his points. He'll get his 40. But
yeah. But that's not enough. I mean, we hear, Sir Charles talk about it all the time. Like, you as a great player, you can get yours whenever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about getting everybody else involved. We talking about this boy, Kevin Durant was there. The whole thing was, we know you can score. What else you going to do?
Mm-hmm.
You going to step that rebound? You going to step the assist up? You going to play better deep? What else are you going to do to help your team win?
Yeah.
And Kyrie feels like once he got that ring,
mm-hmm.
it's almost like, oh, well, he got the ring, so we don't see anything else.
Like, his demeanor changed, I feel like, after he got that ring.
Yeah, he got a pass.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah. He gets a pass. I mean, like I said, he's a great player to watch if you like that kind of ball.
Mm-hmm. And not to throw this in, but I have to throw this in. They love to say my man CP3 is always hurt, always injury prone, but that man has only missed one game this year, and Kyrie Irving has been injured more in the last couple of seasons than Chris Paul has had. So for all the people that love to say Chris Paul is very injury prone, they're forgetting Kyrie Irving is just as injury prone, if not more, if we get it down to it.
Oh no, he is injury prone more. I think he's the poster child, it feels like, for an injury prone player, because he's always hurt. Now, Chris Paul will get hurt middle of the season, miss like 10, 15 games. Mm-hmm. And then unfortunately for him, he would get hurt in the playoffs at the wrong time. Mm-hmm. Kyrie feel like he's hurt before he get in the playoffs, and he's not hurt like for 10 games. He's gone like 30.
Yeah.
Like he's missing chunks
of
the season. You're like, dude, like we can't even count on you.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's young. There's no Chris Paul where you got wear and tear and you 34 and you old. He don't have that excuse.
Yeah, he's still in his 20s. So late 20. I think he's like 27 or something like that, I believe.
Yeah, and Kemba would also not bring up the whole, when he got asked that question about what do they need as a contender and all that, Kemba's not taking that bait.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, and he always knows the right things to say in the media, too, all the time. So yeah. So with that being said, I'm copping the shit out of this takes here.
I know you are.
I'm copping this, my brother. Listen, I love Kyrie, man. I'm gonna say I love his game. I love what he brings to the table. He's a phenomenal offensive player as he is. But I just think we would have been better off. The Nets would have been better off with Kemba Walker, his play as a whole, his leadership, because the other underlying fact is even when KD comes back next year, I still don't know who the leader of this team is. Who is the real sole true leader of the Brooklyn Nets? We don't know. Right now, it doesn't look like they fully have a real true leader. Like, it's supposed to be Kyrie. It's supposed to be KD because they're the best players on the floor. But I don't feel like they're doing the greatest job of really galvanizing their team and really having everyone playing for each other. Like, it looks like they play two different styles of basketball. One style when Kyrie's playing, and when he's out, they're playing a totally different style, and they're running that same Kenny Atkinson spread offense as they were last year. So, with that being said, of course, I would have had Kemba over because Kemba's my guy and he brings that leadership aspect that I like in my point guards. But I don't know. I don't know what the Nets are going to do, man. And I definitely didn't like Kyrie's comments in the media about that we need another piece other than KD when he comes back. We need another piece. And then he named certain players. I just didn't like that.
Yeah, I didn't like it either. Like, what? You don't know what you have.
Yeah, you don't know nothing yet.
Right. I mean, folks was talking like you adding these two to that team, they're a championship contender. Mm-hmm. And, so we were like, let's see what it looks like. And then we can go from there. And Sean Marks and it's on the GM. Players don't need to do that all the time. You don't need to be GM saying who need to stay, who need to go.
Yeah.
You handle what you can handle, and if you guys are in communication with upper management, they can, Sean Marks is a smart guy. Mm-hmm. He's built this team pretty well. He can tell what they need and what they don't. Mm-hmm. I would trust him. You don't have to vocalize was necessary, especially when you're not helping.
Especially when you playing 20 games, CL. What the hell? You can't be talking all of that playing 20 games. Sit on the bench.
Right. They would say in football, they're like the best ability is availability.
Yeah. I'll listen to Dinwiddie right now over him right now.
Yeah, they don't have a leader. And your leader doesn't have to be, to me, it doesn't have to be your
The
star
best player,
players,
yeah. Mm-hmm.
but they don't have a role player who could do that.
Yeah, they don't at all.
Yeah. Yeah.
I see that team. It's a bunch of evenly talented players on a team together, and they're just coming together. But there's nobody that they look up to or says, we're going to follow you tonight. Something like that.
Yeah. Maybe Dinwiddie could be it. Maybe.
He's not really the leader type to me. I mean, he can be, but I don't think he's old enough, but I just don't see it.
Yeah, I don't think it's natural for him.
Yeah, definitely not. So let's move it on, man. So we gotta talk about your San Antonio Spurs, CL. Your boys.
Not looking that good.
Not looking good. So let's start off first. My man D Murph, for Why Not Sports and the Flagrant 2, one of the friends of the show as well. He left a voicemail to start us off talking about those Spurs, man. So let's hear it.
All right.
Yo, this is a big homie, D Murphy, man. It's not really hate mail. It's about my Spurs. It's about DeMar DeRozan. Did you see the quote? He's promising the world the Spurs will make the playoffs. Just be on the lookout for it, man. Much love. Now remember, #GoSpursGo.
So D Murph is a little delusional right now. And we gonna talk about it right now because CL is an avid Spurs fan, so I definitely wanted to get some Spurs talk in there. So they're in jeopardy right now, my man. 22 years straight in the playoffs. This streak is in jeopardy for the Spurs. I believe they're like 4 games out of the 8th spot, behind Memphis. They are not. I mean, they've had stretches this year where they looked good. Stretches this year where they didn't look that good. Too many of those. So, copping or dropping the CL. Let's talk about your Spurs, man. Copping or dropping. If your Spurs don't make the playoffs this year, it's time to blow it up and fully rebuild this summer. And rebuild means, to me, Pop's got to be gone, DeRozan out, LaMarcus traded. But then you might be left with some scraps. So, talk to me. If they don't make the playoffs this year, is it time they should blow it up and fully rebuild this summer? What you thinking?
Okay, since you put those specifics on it, I'm dropping it.
Okay.
I don't think Pop should leave.
Okay.
He can. I mean, he's done enough so he can leave whenever he wants to. I don't think he has to leave. But I do think if they do not make the playoffs, it's time to put more in an investment into the young guys and have to kind of start over. This is a great run. I can't complain about this run at all. We were 22 straight playoff appearances. We've been in the mix for the finals for like a decade plus. So once Kawhi left, it's like, okay, all right, this is going to be a little rough. And they competed last year. I mean, I was hoping they'd be in the mix closer, but like you said, they've had spurts and they've played well. It's just not consistent enough.
Yeah.
They'll put together a good 36 minutes, a good 40 minutes, but not a good 48. And then pull a good 48 one game, but it doesn't carry over. I mean, it's just too many bad losses, too many times where they have the lead and they blow it. The defense is not where it needs to be.
Are you happy with the effort, though, from the Spurs, or no? Or is that a part of your
for the most part, I am. Because they're playing. But it is like, the Spurs fans have always been like, why is Bryn Forbes getting so much damn time?
Yo, he gets a lot of burn, Forbes, though. But he gets some good activity, though. He plays hard, though. I kind of like him a little bit. I like Bryn Forbes.
He can spread the floor. He played well last year, which nobody knew who he was.
Yeah.
So he's kind of earned. Yeah, he's earned the spot. Fans are just ready to see this young backcourt unleashed. They want to see Derek White and Murray together, which I know Pop doesn't really want to do. They want to see more Lonnie Walker, some of the other young draft picks they want to see. Yeah, if we're not gonna make it, and we can have a chance, but it ain't looking that great. And I know the NBA would prefer if we do not make it.
That is the truth. I'm not gonna lie.
When you got Memphis, Portland, New Orleans, and us, we last on that list.
Yeah,
and everybody want to see. So, yeah, I'm dropping it. I don't. Mainly for the fact that I don't think Pop has to go for things to get better. He can still build it. He's shown it over time that he can adjust to whatever team he has. I just know they want to make the playoffs. I know they get that playoff revenue, which I know for small markets is big. But yeah, if they're not going to make it, then yeah, it's.
But do you think they should keep that roster together? Like, if you guys don't make the playoffs, are you keeping DeRozan? Are you keeping LaMarcus? Building around DeJounte?
Personally, no. Me personally, no. If they don't make it, I mean, it's clear. Like, all right, you look at who else is in this conference, and we're not going to make a substantial jump over any of these teams. You know, next season, yeah, I would move DeRozan and Aldridge. Both. You know, just for the fact that they both, both. Okay. And not even like we don't want them. It's just like, look, we are in transition. They should go someplace where they can win. You know, let's see what we can get for them and start over.
But you know what's crazy? I don't know what you guys can really get for them. Like, can you get a star for them? Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like their stock is not as high as it should be. Like, I feel like people are gonna give y'all like scraps and picks.
Yeah, you'd have to get young pieces and picks. You're not going to get a star. I mean, you got Kawhi Leonard, you trade Kawhi Leonard, you getting the star player back.
Yeah.
You know, DeRozan and Aldridge are all-star level players.
Yeah, they can be.
Right. Just not where they are right now. And DeRozan's played all right.
Yeah, he's actually played a lot better than people have given him credit for this year.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you've seen Aldridge kind of shoot the three more, which has helped. You know, DeRozan's gotten back to more of his playmaking, which he was doing last year. You know, but yeah, if we trade DeRozan, I mean, we're pretty much going to get picks and probably some nice young talent. You trade him for a team that's really wants to make the leap, and they have some young pieces that they want to give up, then you're going to go that route. But we're not getting a star.
Yeah.
At all. I mean, if we can, I would. Hey, props to upper management for pulling that off. But we're gonna get, you know, picks. We're gonna get picks in young pieces.
Yeah, I agree, man. I think the Spurs are gonna be for a very pivotal summer in their franchise's history coming up this summer, because I personally don't think you guys are going to make the AC, and I kind of don't want y'all to make it too. I ain't even going to lie. I kind of don't. But I
understand.
Yeah, I want to see Ja. Actually, I want the Blazers in. I'm not even going to lie, because I want to see Dame if he can go off, because I don't want to slander him, and that's the problem. I don't want to slander Dame for not making the playoffs, because I'm ready.
I know you are.
Yeah, I'm very disappointed. I like his play. I mean, he's balling right now, but damn, I at least got to get an A seed out of an All NBA guard. Damn, that's a little unacceptable. But that's neither here nor there. But they've had problems. They've struggled. But yeah, I mean, I came from. I mean, I want to see what Ja and Jaren Jackson can do since they up and coming. See, I kind of don't want them in. I feel like they're gonna get swept, man.
Here's the thing: if it's not Portland, I'm not mad at New Orleans.
New Orleans solid, yeah.
And mainly because they do have a nice mix of veterans in there.
Yes, yeah.
So at least you're like, okay, they're not green. Like Memphis is green. This would be all new to them. You know, at least you got Favors, you got Drew Holiday, you got Redick, right? Who've been in playoff battles. You know, of course, everybody and their mama want to see Zion. Yeah. And you do get, you know, the young guys, the young Laker players coming back, probably feeling a little something.
They will feel real good. They will be extra motivated.
Yeah.
That would be a solid series.
Yes, I do think if the league had their way,
yeah, I
do think they would want New Orleans And like, I mean, well,
Yeah.
mainly because Zion is box office.
Yeah. Well, the NBA works in mysterious ways,
Yeah.
as I like to say. Damn, what was my patented episode when they cheated the Rockets? Conspiracy season. Oh, there was. Yeah, the NBA got their conspiracies. So if the Pelicans get in the playoffs, boy, I won't be surprised. I tell you,
I won't be too much either, but it would be like that. I'd be shocked that Memphis and Portland falling far, but
that's
that
what
far.
I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I won't be mad at it. We'd love to see it. Yeah. So let's talk about these Clippers, because I want to talk about these Clippers today because they've been on my mind lately, CL. Because they are a very, very interesting team. More interesting than I actually thought they would have been, because I thought it would have been a little bit easy going, a little bit smooth sailing for them this season, but it hasn't really been the case. And to no one's surprise, of course, they were one of the most hyped teams coming into the season for obvious reasons.
Right.
They damn sure got enough new pieces that joined the team. They got a star-studded coaching staff. You got Doc, you got Ty Lue, you got Woodson over there. They got a bunch of head coaches on the staff. They're third in the West right now. And they generally perform well for the most part for this season. But I feel like for some strange reason, they look a little, what's the word? Disjointed, I would say, for me. Like, in my eyes, a little disjointed. And they're 22-5 at home this season. They got the best home record in the conference. But they're only 15-13 on the road. So they definitely got to get better there if you're going to be a championship contending team. And they only had their full roster available only 3 games this fall, CL. Only 3. So overall, lack of continuity is an issue. I feel like it's an issue with the Clippers right now. So when you look at this Clippers team, Sia, what have you seen from them thus far? What are your thoughts on this Clippers team? You feel like they're performing up to expectations, or are they looking a little off?
They are looking a little off. I know because they came into this season with, Kawhi and how he likes to manage himself. And with Paul George not being 100% coming in, Doc decided to play the long game and just say, like, you know what, they knew they were going to be a top 4 team, but his thing was all about health. Like, I just want to, come April, I want to be healthy. And that's all that matters. And they have moments where it looks really good. And I mean, now they've lost, I think, the last 4 out of 5 games. Since they beat Miami, they had a bad loss to the Kings the other day. They're not where they want to be. I think not having the full roster there is making it hard. I think, in November and December, you're like, okay, we got it. We'll be fine. But now you're like, okay, we still haven't gotten it. Patrick Beverley's now banged up.
Yeah.
Like, okay, when is everybody going to be here so we can start really, seeing what we got?
Oh, will.
Yeah. Yeah. They got the health for them is the biggest thing, because they really need time to really see what they can do and how good they can really be. Because they can be really good.
Yeah.
But it's, it's kind of like, all right, it's February now, getting close to March. Are we going to see this full team ever this season? I mean, that's a big question.
Yeah.
And their defense hasn't been that great lately. I've noticed they've kind of had issues. I mean, Kawhi Leonard to me is still the best perimeter defender in the league, but that Boston game, Tatum was taking it to him.
Yo, he was getting worked, and they were switching on him. Like, I was like, hold on. Tatum was switching to get Kawhi on him, and I'm like, hold on, what is happening right now?
Right now, props to Tatum. I'm like, okay, he's leveling up.
Oh yeah,
but it was like, holy shit, like somebody's going at Kawhi Leonard, like,
and scoring too,
right,
with confidence.
I'm like, wow, okay, this is something new. I ain't seen this.
Yeah, that's true. I'm glad you brought it up, because that's definitely going to be in one of the questions that I want to ask you. So I'll definitely hold that thought on that one. But with these Clipper signings now, because they signed everybody named Mama this season now. Damn, they got Marcus Morris, one of the, I don't know, Marcus or Markeith, who knows?
They got Marcus Morris.
Marcus, yeah, there you go, Marcus Morris. They just signed OG Bobby Schmurda, Reggie Jackson over there. Which to me was weird as hell, because to me it's looking like he's looking like overkill on this roster. Like, if you look at that backcourt, they got Beverly, they got Shamet, they got PG-13, but they playing him at the 2. They got Lou Ilville, and they got Ronnie Magruder, plus Reggie Jackson. That's a lot of damn guard to have in that roster for all guards that actually need the ball in their hands to be effective. They're all offensive players except for Beverly, but Beverly still needs a touch here and there. To make him feel engaged. Then you got Marcus Morris, like I said before. He went from basically like the Knicks' number 1 or 2nd option to now like the 4th or 5th option over there. He was getting 19 a game over here, and I already saw a couple of the games I watched. He already was forcing a couple shots early in the possession shot clock, because he was just trying to get his shot off. He was like, damn, I don't know when I'm gonna see this rock again. So let me get this shot off. So they basically, the Clippers are doing a lot right now. So do you feel like the Clippers are they doing a little too much? Could it be a case of less is more with all these signings? How do you feel about all these signings? Is it a lot, CL?
I don't think it's too much.
Okay.
Like, I like the Morris signing. I think he was.
I like that one.
Yeah, I think he was an upgrade over who they traded.
Mo Harkless.
Yes, over Mo Harkless.
Yeah, that's an upgrade. Mm-hmm.
Right. He can spread the floor more. He's tough. He can play a little defense. He can hit big shots. The Reggie Jackson move feels like, for me, on 2 reasons. One, I think they knew that, but I know Pat Beverly's been hurt and that he's been a question. So you kind of want some insurance. You know, he's another ball handler. And a big reason is he probably would have fit a lot better down the hallway. And they were like, oh, the Lakers could really use him. Yeah, let's get him.
You know, really wanted him.
Yeah, which I do think it was more of like, okay, let's make sure they don't get him. We'll get him. You know, I personally don't think he's getting, when this team is at full strength, he's not getting a ton of run.
How much minutes can he realistically play? Like, can he even get in there for 10 minutes? Like,
yeah, I mean, he can get in if you want a little more scoring. If you put him,
who's he playing over though, CL? Beverly's starting. PG is starting.
Yeah, Beverly and PG starting, and he's not playing over Lou Will.
Nope.
He's probably not playing over Shamet.
I was about to say, I'm playing Shamet over him. Shamet. Shamet could ball, man. He hit some big shots. I really like Landry Shamet. I do.
I do too. Yeah. Philly was dumb for trading him.
No, man. Oh,
but yeah. Now the thing is, I don't know what he was promised or what he was told. Because he is on a team where he can get, 10 minutes here or there. If they need a little more. If you want to rest Lou Will, you want to play him next to Shaman in the backcourt, you can do that. But yeah, he's not getting a whole lot of minutes. Yeah, I think he kind of helps out with the, with the ball handling and another guy who can possibly run the offense.
Yeah, but they don't need.
But he's more of a scoring guard.
Yeah, he's and he's not a passer. Like, this is Reggie Jackson we're talking about. This man is not a facilitator at all. He wants to score that rock, and he needs the ball in his hand. And they got a lot of dudes who need the ball in their hand over there. Right
now, I mean, it does help that it adds to their depth. So it's like, all right, if some guy's not hitting, we can go to Reggie. He can add some stuff here and there. But yeah, I think it would have been a better move for the Lakers. For this is just added depth, and you kept them away from the Lakers.
Yeah, that would definitely.
And with Pat Beverly hurt, it's insurance.
Yeah. I agree. I just feel like it's a little bit. I think the Reggie Jackson was a little overkill right now. Like, they gotta give the team some type of continuity, and I just don't feel like they needed him. But I know it was a move to get him away from the Lakers. But that shit might, when you do stuff like that, it might end up backfiring on you. You might have too many guys. There's a lot of alphas in that locker room.
There is. And now I know when we were talking about the Nets and them lacking leadership, the Clippers don't, and I think it is.
But who is their leader right now? The Clippers.
You said who's their leader?
Yeah, who's their leader?
All right, for me, it's twofold. I think in terms of the energy and how they play, I think Beverly sets the tone for that. But I think vocally, I think it's Lou Williams. I think Lou Williams has the ability to reach everybody. I think he can talk to Kawhi and Paul George, and he can also relate with the bench guys. And he seems to be the one that is more the mouthpiece and the keeping everybody calm and level-headed. Because Kawhi and Paul George are more lead by example type guys.
Yeah. That's really bad, though, that your two top players, neither one of them could be the leader of your team.
Yeah, I mean, Kawhi has it, but I think you came to a team whose culture was already set.
Yes.
And he didn't have to be like, okay, this team needs a... I mean, and to be honest, I don't think he had to really do that in Toronto either. Since Lowry was already there, and you had some, and you know, Gasol and Ibaka already there.
Yeah, that's
so. So this one, I think, to me, Lou Will and Pat Bev set the tone for that team. And I think he does add some leadership and experience, but it's not they don't need it as much.
Yeah, I agree, but they got to figure out what they're doing over there. But I'm glad you brought up Kawhi, because I wanted to talk about him a little bit. Because I brought this up in an episode a couple of episodes ago. I forgot who was on there with me. I believe it was Reem and Damo, I believe. Actually, I think it was the first Coppin' or Droppin' episode I did. And it was a question that I had on there. I was asking them, do they think that Kawhi has lost a little bit of juice this year, running with the Clippers over the Raptors? And they didn't really. First, they said no initially, and then I broke it down to them of why I was starting to think that maybe he's losing a little bit of juice, because I think his role has been morphed a lot differently on the Clippers and under Doc. Not necessarily that's a bad thing, because it's kind of good in certain ways, but it's just a little bit different. Like, he's definitely this season becoming a lot more of an offensive force this season. His scoring is up. He's giving you 27, 7, and 5 assists. And I think that's the biggest improvement out of Kawhi this year, is because his passing and his facilitating, because he is giving you 5 assists tonight, and that's a career high for him. So I think Doc has definitely challenged him in that aspect of the game on offense. So I like that part. But I feel like because he's relying so much, or I guess trying to impose his will on the offensive end a lot more, and using it or actually trying to do it, making a conscious effort of it, he's actually, in turn, he's kind of losing his essence of what Kawhi Leonard, the player, was or is, which is that shutdown defender that we talked about. And Kawhi was that dude who was going to shut you down no matter what. It was just last year we were just watching him shut everybody down who he actually defended against, and guard the best player the entire game and score on him. So that's the Kawhi that we know. But I feel like, and especially in this team, especially getting down to the playoffs, because they have a couple of other defenders, we're not going to see that Kawhi anymore. I think we're just going to see an offensive Kawhi, and that to me is a different type of player. So to me, if he's a different player, he lost a little bit of the juice that he had of being that all-world, top-flight defender. Not saying that he isn't, but it's not the same to me, personally.
It's not the same in the sense that maybe he's saving it. He isn't doing it as much this year. Yeah, the juice thing, it's weird. Like, if you, from the outside, he probably has, because I think the media and everybody has just rode this wave with him.
Yeah.
You know, because he came in as a role player and he made his name on the defensive end. Well, what he was asked to do was to play defense and guard the guy's best player and hit open threes. And that's how, and then he showed a little game, which is, how he got his first finals MVP. But part of it is he seemed like he's the same person.
Yeah.
So it's not like he was talking and then stopped talking or acting like he was great. It feels more of, the media was like, okay, what's that whole thing of going to Toronto? What's going to happen? Then he wins the finals MVP. So now everybody's like, okay, now he's getting the praise. Mm-hmm. Now we're putting him, because I had him third in terms of me of top players in the league behind Durant and LeBron. Mm-hmm. So he's really jumped. Like, okay, he's a superstar now.
Yeah, I got that list too. That's my top 3 also.
Yeah, and he's been proving it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I wasn't sure he was going to be a guy who could give you 30 consistently. Mm-hmm. And he's doing that now. So I'm like, wow, okay. And I've seen, you said with the 5 assists. But I think because the Clippers as a whole, because you're not getting the whole team, and maybe you have a time where when healthy, Paul George starts playing and Paul George starts having nights where he's showing what he did in Oklahoma City last year, and which allows Kawhi to just I can play defense now. Mm-hmm. He doesn't seem to be able to do that. So yeah, I remember that with comment dropping. A little bit, but I don't think the juice, but not from him specifically.
Okay.
I just think that with the team kind of not, being as good as everybody thought they were, and having their struggles, and like, okay, maybe.
Well, let me say this here. I just feel like he's blending in this season. Like, that's the word that I would describe. Like, I don't feel like last year with the Raptors, he stood out a lot more. Even though he's the same player, obviously he's Kawhi Leonard. The media is going to market him as the star Kawhi Leonard, of course.
Right.
But to me, last year, I feel like he stood out a lot more on his team. But this year, I feel like he's just kind of blending in, just quietly giving you his little 25, 5 and 5. And, if I'll take a couple shots at the end of the game here and there, but I think because there's so many alphas on this team that I guess maybe it's by design that he doesn't have to, and more so because of him. That's his mannered nature. But I just feel like it's a little off. But maybe because it's not the playoffs yet, and Kawhi comes alive in the playoff time, so that could be it too.
Yeah, and I think he's adjusting to now having the media attention now.
Yeah,
he's playing in a big market. Where versus he was in Toronto and it was like, okay. And, you made the big trade for DeMar DeRozan. So everybody's looking at him because this was like, okay, where is he going to go? And he went to Toronto and everybody was like, we know he's here for 1 year. So it was just the focus was like, what's going to happen? Because he's not coming back. What's going to happen this year? And that was it.
Yeah.
And I think now that he's in LA where he wanted to be, and like you said, I think with the other alphas there, he doesn't have to talk as much. Mm-hmm. You got, everybody's favorite Pat Bev doing what he does. So he's like, okay, so that's going to take attention away from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, what's Kawhi's response? Like, you don't have one. Mm-hmm. And now that he's doing a little, but yeah, he's not a talker.
Yeah.
He just lets his game play and that's it. I do think it's interesting as the Clippers as a whole that they're starting to adjust to what it's like being a championship contending team. Mm-hmm. I thought, I considered when Chris Paul was there, I thought they were, but they were down the line a bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, now they're pretty much, depending on who you ask, it's either them or the Lakers.
Yeah. Well, it should be a championship or bust mentality, or finals or bust, I should say. Yeah.
And to be honest, the Clippers have never been in this position.
Yeah, I agree.
So this is all new.
Or nothing like that. Yeah.
Right. So this is all new for the franchise.
Mm-hmm. It's true. So with that being said, can you trust or rely on this team's health in the playoffs? Because I think we both said that health is their main concern, or what will be their main Achilles heel going into a playoff run. So would you say that do you think you can rely on them to be healthy in the playoffs?
It seems like they're going to be.
Okay. Come
the playoffs. I think, I know PG is supposedly practicing. I think
he's been Beverly a lot of games, man. A lot. Like, he's hurt every other damn week.
He is. Do I think they'll be healthy come playoff time? Yes.
Okay.
But, of course, it's like, but that could mean, they have their full lineup 5 games before the playoffs.
Yeah.
Which is like, ooh, okay, that's pushing it, but they go into the playoffs with a full roster.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think they will be healthy. It's just, when are we going to see this team at full strength? I would hope middle of March.
I mean, I want to see them together. Like, I want to see how that rotation is going to pan out. There's a lot of dudes over there. I mean, damn, they got a lot of guys over there.
They do have a lot. And Marcus Morris is interesting because on one hand, I would think he's been used to this role, and he goes back to like what he was doing, as recently as when he was in Boston.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Boston, he wasn't like the number 1 or 2 option, but he was on the floor, at crucial times and making plays. And he was just Marcus Morris, the role player.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if him getting paid and going to the Knicks is like, okay, the Knicks don't have anybody, so I'm taking these shots. That now that he's been in that groove that he can't
hit some of those big shots too. It's not like he was taking them missing. He was actually hitting them. So he's confident in taking those shots.
Yeah, and which he should be. And I think it's going to really help the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
It's really just, can Doc get all these guys at once when it's winning time to check all their egos. Mm-hmm. And just like, look, we here now, we all playing for this championship. Let's play the right way.
Mm-hmm.
Don't worry about who getting shots. I ain't getting enough shots. We trying to win. We trying to win games.
Yeah. Yeah.
And we get the ultimate goal. Everybody happy and everybody can brag and party and talk shit and all that. But right now, we know Kawhi getting shots. We know Paul George getting shots. We know Lou Will getting shots. We know them 3 deserve to get the touches. Lou Will at fourth quarter getting touches.
Yeah, exactly. There's a lot of brothers over there getting touches. Lou Will getting touches. PG, Kawhi damn sure getting touches. And Morris gonna want some touch. And Montrez, Black Beast, he wants those touches too.
Yeah, he wants touches. I know he's on that. He's going in that contract year.
Yeah,
and I know there's been rumblings about that. And I think he's denied it. But there's been rumblings that, he kind of like, hey, I ain't getting my shots.
I know. Listen, he might want out, though. He might. It'll be interesting. I don't know if he's going to want out because his boys are there, but if somebody's throwing the bag at him, I could see somebody like Atlanta or someplace. Maybe not Atlanta. They just got Clint, but I definitely could see a team throwing the bag at him like $100 million. And he'll take it.
I heard that.
I know.
and the Clippers, I wouldn't be mad if they're like, oh man, that's too high, bro.
Steep.
We can't do that.
Yeah,
I can see them giving him like a 2-year deal with with an option for a third, and just say, hey, we got this core group here. Let's ride this out the next couple of years and see what we can get.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And just kind of pay him, give him what Kelly Oubre got.
Yeah, I forgot.
I think he got something.
I
think he got 2 years 30. Now you can be like, okay, well, he's paid enough. We got to shell 20 out, 21 out for the next couple of years. All right, fine. I think Steve Ballmer will do that.
He'll definitely go over the luxury for it. Yeah.
Yeah. Now, if he's talking like 4 or 5 years, I don't know about all that, bro.
But he's gonna want that.
Yeah, but I would for like the next 2 years. I would give him a 2-year and give him the yearly salary he would like. And just, bite the bullet. Like, all right, because I think both of them, Paul George and Kawhi, can opt out in a couple years.
Yeah, so
it's just like, let's just
opt out, I believe.
Yeah, so it's like, let's just line this up and just run with this window for the next 2-3 years, and then we'll figure it out afterwards.
Yeah.
Because they're not going to want to lose Montrez.
I know. But they gonna have to lose somebody, man. Cause they got a lot of dudes over there. This season, how the playoffs pan out is gonna really dictate how they go forward with their roster this summer, and it's definitely gonna be interesting because Doc will get rid of dudes over there. It'll be interesting.
Yeah, he would, especially if egos come into play. Yeah, Morris, his contract is up. He'll probably go somewhere else. And get that bag again.
Mm-hmm. That's true, man.
Yeah, I mean, I still ain't forgot. He got that 10. He was like,
with the Spurs, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was
like, having to give up Bertans. Oh my God, that Bertans is frustrating.
Yeah, I know, because he over there killing over Washington. I got him on my fantasy team, so he damn sure is.
Right, but I hated him for that. But hey, I mean, you don't really make that kind of money, and the Knicks was like, "We'll throw you 15."
Yeah,
like, sorry.
I know.
It's 15 mil.
Well, he
knew this was gonna happen. Mm-hmm. He was like, "I'm gonna take this money, and then come February, come the trade deadline, I'll be on a contender."
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, he definitely knew that, and it was smart. Yeah. He got his money and got on a contender.
Yeah, it was smart by him, and now his brother point is gonna be in LA, so. I mean, he winning all around.
Yeah, he is. Damn sure is. That's gonna be interesting to watch, man. Clippers, I'm Clipz City, Chipz City. I don't know if you can say that yet, but Clipz N Chipz, as I'm calling this one. Yeah. So let's get into this crossover segment right now. See,
not a game.
Right.
Not a game.
Yeah. So
we talking about
family
practice.
Crossover segment, comparing and contrasting players from different eras, as I always do. My man CL here acts as fantasy GM, and he tells me who he'll take out of the 6 in their prime if he was building a team. So I'm throwing out 6 players. He picks 2, 1 guard, 1 big to build your team around, and why. So here are the 6, CL. For the guards,
all right.
Paul George, Manu Ginobili, Reggie Miller. For the bigs, Joel Embiid, Yao Ming, Dwight Howard. I'm going to go over those 6 again. Paul George, Manu Ginobili, Reggie Miller, Joel Embiid, Yao Ming, Dwight Howard. 2 out of the 6, 1 guard, 1 big. What combo using to build your squad?
I'll start with the big first.
Okay.
And in their prime, I'm taking Embiid.
Okay.
I think I know my brother and I disagree on on his level. I mean, he told me before, no, he had Embiid as the best big in the game this season. I think Embiid talking like he can feel like he can be the best player in the league. Right now, technically, he can be. He has the skills.
Yes,
he has a total package.
Mm-hmm.
He can hit from anywhere on the floor. He can work in the post. He's a good defender. Dwight's just defense. He's just a defensive guy. Yao's a little too slow, and I can kind of get that same production from Embiid, so I'm taking Embiid on that.
Mm-hmm.
As the guards, on this one, Jesus. On this one, you know what? On this one, I'm going to play it. I'll just be the homer. I'm taking Manu Ginobili.
Oh, yeah. You know what's crazy?
Talk about it.
I fucking knew it. Yeah. I knew you were going to pick his spot. I definitely put him in there for a reason.
Look, I know you did. Now, I wanted to lean with PG because of his versatility, but I don't trust his shot making.
Playoff P? You not trusting Playoff P?
Playoff P, I trust him to go 6 for 20.
You did. Well, you damn right.
In the game I needed. And I'm looking. Embiid technically is my number 1.
Okay.
And I think, with PG, I'm sure about his shots. I'm taking Manu because he can do a little bit of everything. Now Embiid and Reggie is nice. It's you can't double Embiid with Reggie out there.
Yeah.
But I like Manu's ability to ball handle, run the offense, play defense. He gives me a little bit of everything. He can slash and get to the basket. He can spread the floor. So,
and what's crazy, if he was a starter, he'd be definitely in the 20s, 20 PPG.
Oh yeah, if he got the started minutes, he would have killed. To me, in his prime, he was the 3rd best shooting guard in the league behind Kobe and Wade.
Oh, whoa.
Yes.
Whoa, CL. Whoa.
In his prime.
3rd? CL. 3rd?
Oh, who would you put in third?
Come on,
Wait,
man.
over guys like who? What era are you talking about? And his prime is what? What era was that?
What in
T-Mac? Was T-Mac?
in the 2000s?
Yeah.
In the 2000s?
Yeah, T-Mac was there. Ray Allen was there. Vince Carter. Excuse me, CL. I need you to take that back, sir.
I don't know, man. That's the thing, though. He wasn't given the minutes.
Okay, that's fair.
That was on the thing. If he had really gotten the minutes,
That's a nice hot take, though. I'm not mad at that, actually.
I think if he got the minutes, he could have proven that he legitimately was, and he might have the hardware and the All-Star appearances and all that to back it up. Because he was nasty.
I'm actually he was. Listen, I'm not hating on Ginobili at all. He's the godfather of the Euro step.
I mean, when he was in the regular season, okay.
So,
but when I see him in the playoffs and his performances in the playoffs, dude was clutch.
Yeah, but so you would take him over T-Mac, over Vince, over Ray, in his prime.
That's a hard.
Yeah, it's very
over Ray Allen, probably not.
Oh, okay. I thought you were gonna say probably. Wow, disrespect, CL.
Yeah, T-Mac. T-Mac. I probably wouldn't either.
Okay.
It's hard to put him, over those guys. Yeah, no, I don't put him over Ray Allen.
It all depends what you like.
Allen. You say what?
I said it all depends what you like. It is tough, but it all depends on what you like.
But when he was at his best, I mean, he's gonna be a Hall of Famer for a reason.
Yeah, he is. It's gonna be it's interesting. So for my two, I'm going Dwight Howard and Reggie Miller. For my combo. Yeah. I was reluctant to pick Dwight, but when I did think about it, prime Dwight now. That was 09, 07, 08, 09 Dwight, basically. When he went to the finals, obviously, against the Lakers. He really could control that glass on his own. He could get you a quick, easy 14 and 15 rebounds, 2 blocks or so. And I really like that in any era. I feel like he could be the only big in your lineup, and your lineup can prosper. Like he basically, I wouldn't say the start of it, but they kind of really put in place that stretch four when he had Hedo Turkoglu at the 4, and who else? Rashard Lewis, I believe.
Rashard Lewis, yeah.
Yeah, so they really put that stretch 4 in action, like to be a really significant game plan for like an entire season. So with that being said, because I know I got Dwight in the middle, and I can't really, I like Embiid, but he's a little too slow for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
That's the part about Embiid that I don't like. I love his game, but he's just too slow for my taste. And Yao as well, even though he had a soft touch. So I like Dwight Howard's mobility. And you can't go wrong with Reggie in the clutch. And Reggie, you obviously can't double Dwight. I don't know if you even want to double Dwight, but if you do, you definitely can't double off of Reggie. And I feel like I could find a distributing point guard to complement them pretty well if I was building my team. And I really like Reggie. I'm a big fan of Reggie. So Reggie's
a killer. Yeah, that's why the guard position was real tough.
It was.
Reggie's clutch, man. And he is gonna run your shooting guard tired.
Yeah, he sure is.
Because he's just gonna come off of screens. Yeah, but yeah, that Dwight Howard would be awesome now, because you couldn't. He's athletic enough to where if you switch him, he can kind of cover a bit. Mm-hmm. You wouldn't be able to just, I got Dwight Howard on me, I'm just gonna blow right by him. That defensive player of the year, Dwight Howard, he could cover you a little something.
Yeah. Oh hell yeah, he could.
He was fucking monster defensively.
Yeah, definitely was. So that was a good combo right there, man. I like that. Before we get on out here really quick on your email, man, I saw the email that you wrote, Sia, and I was laughing on it. When you wrote, the Heat of my new team, that's what the streets is thinking right now?
No, I was sitting there I was like, okay, he really big in Miami? Yeah. I mean, now look, you said you had high praise for him going into the season.
I did. I liked their roster,
right?
Man.
So I was like, okay, and then, but all of a sudden it was like, oh, now they're going to the final. Like, okay, come on, man, come on.
I get it. Come on, man. What you mean?
Yeah, these dudes.
Wait,
Like this team going from not making the playoffs at all to winning the East.
I think, listen, with the way the East has shaping up this year, because I actually thought Philly would be a lot better. They're very beatable right now. I really like that roster that they assemble, man. The quality of wings that they do have. I mean, they haven't even been healthy now. Jimmy Butler's been out. Iguodala played here and there. I like Crowder over there. They got some dogs over there. And because of the matchups, I actually don't like them against Boston, because I actually low-key think Boston would beat them in a series. But I'm going off them being in that 4th seed. And probably the bad part would be that they would probably have to play Philly in the first round. Philly or maybe Indiana, whoever gets up there. But I really think they can take out the Bucks, man. Like, I really do. And I don't know if it's blind. I really like the Bucks roster. They're killing this year. I don't think a lot of things can stop them right now. But when it gets down to the playoffs, a lot of those dudes I don't trust on the Bucks. I still don't trust them. And I think the Heat have the right wings to throw at Giannis. And most importantly, I think they can match the coaching. Coach Bud is a great coach, and Coach Spo is a phenomenal coach. So I'm on board with Miami, man. I know a lot of people saying I was crazy after that, but I was on them from the beginning of the season, and they got better to me. So
they did. No, they did get better. Yeah. And I was, I'm presently surprised with them, because they've been, just kind of grinding here. They're like, okay, when is Miami? They got this. When are they going to make this jump? And, getting Jimmy kind of sparked something. Mm-hmm. And they've been a good one of those teams who are good at developing their young players.
Yeah, they got a lot of young pieces. Yeah,
because I guess now that Zion is back, none is gonna get dropped down to 3rd on the Rookie of the Year. Because I thought he was second. He was battling Ja for a while.
Yeah.
For Rookie of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things, I just don't think they're battle tested enough.
Okay,
that's all
though. Like the whole, they got a couple of guys battle tested.
I know what I'm getting from Jimmy.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy ain't been that deep in the playoffs either.
True indeed.
But I know what I'm getting from Jimmy Butler. Iggy's gonna give me something. Now I've seen him age a little bit, but he's gonna give me something.
Yeah.
And I know Crowder's gonna do some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't. I don't think they're there. I think Milwaukee is just laser focused.
They are, though. I'm scared of Milwaukee. Milwaukee, they're gonna ball. They definitely are gonna ball.
Right, and I think they've added enough around them, and I think they're good on both sides of the ball.
Yes, elite.
Yes, but I want to see what Miami can do. I want Miami to get in and get some experience, because they have something.
Yeah.
And I don't want them to do that. Oh, we're there now. Let's trade everybody and get and then another star and all that. And like, you have some nice young talent.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what it can do. Because I can see them losing, and then all of a sudden, like, let's go get Bradley Beal, and then give up like 4 guys.
Yeah, they do stuff like that. That's true. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to. I like seeing the young dudes get their time, and then seeing what happens next.
Yeah.
Letting these teams grow instead of trying to just quickly get 3 guys
and do all of that. Yeah.
Right. And then all of a sudden you get 3 stars, and next like, oh, we don't have any depth. Like, well, you got rid of all of it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they love
it's similar to where the Lakers are. It's like, well, we don't have assets. Like, well, you gave them all away.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We don't know, but no, I ain't mad at you picking Miami, but I had to ask, because I was like, is he really talking?
I know. You're not the only person who said that. That's why I laughed when I read it. They were like, whoa, I'm hearing just pull too much for the Heat right now. What is happening?
Because you said since the season, I don't even know if you 5 toes in with Oklahoma City.
Yeah. But I'm actually really liking them now. I'm not going to lie. They really have impressed me. I'm definitely not a fan, but I really like the roster that they've assembled. They play really well. They've definitely impressed me. And they could definitely beat somebody in playoffs.
Yeah, they've been very impressive.
Mm-hmm.
And as their team, a lot of teams in the West, like,
people
can I get Dallas?
You know what's crazy though? I looked at the standings. They're only 2.5 games behind the 2nd seed.
Yeah, I don't think they'll get there, but I do think,
mm-hmm.
Yeah, they are moving up. And if I'm Denver, I'm trying to hold on to that number 2 seed.
Yeah. Well, I hope OKC plays Denver because I'm picking OKC in that matchup. I'll tell you that right now. That line.
I still like Denver. I don't think they're going to beat the Lakers or Clippers, but they're my third, the next best team in the West to me.
Man. They fools gold to me, CL.
Yeah, they still gotta learn some stuff. This only be their second year in the playoffs.
Yeah, definitely.
But I like their depth and I like their ability to play on both ends of the floor.
Yeah.
But we don't see, and Joker is nice.
Yeah, he is though. His Joker is something else. We'll see.
Yeah.
CL, my brother, man, I appreciate you joining me, man, for once again, man. It's always a pleasure bringing you on, my brother.
All right, man. It's always a pleasure to be on, man. I appreciate it, man.
Of course. And definitely got to get JL on there as well, too. And the streets is hungry for a new Brothers Labor, man. Get that out for the streets, dog.
Yeah, we will, man. We've been slowly picking it up. We got through the NFL and the Super Bowl and all that, and we able to drop something with the trade deadline. So, we got the itch again to talk about some things, for sure.
Yes, sir. We love to hear. So, yeah, appreciate you joining me, man, once again. And family, that's episode, we'll be on 119, episode 119, family. And we out.